It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. And with Sinisa. How we doing, Sinisa?
Good.
From
Having a blast.
Barba Brewery. What a fantastic location you brought me to.
I think you deserve it.
Incredible. So that's the
cathedral, part of the old buildings surrounding the. Actually, we are within the Diocletian's palace.
Yeah.
So everything you see behind us is actually part of the palace.
Amazing, amazing. And this building here, to the right of it.
That was a bit of funny story and maybe ironic. It was built as a mausoleum, or actually a grave for the emperor.
A mausoleum, yeah?
Yeah, so and he was a big prosecutor of the Catholics, and then Catholics being nice, they actually built a cathedral on his grave after he was dead. So.
Right, okay. And we're drinking your fantastic Barba Pale Ale, 5.4% ABV.
Yes.
When did you first brew this beer, and what's the idea behind it?
So we started 3.5, something like that, 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Before that, it was actually a homebrew. I was reading a magazine. I've seen an article about Australian sparkling ale. That was summer heat, very similar to what Australians have. So I tried to reproduce a sparkling ale with ingredients that were available. So we ended up with an American pale ale, a bit bitterish, a bit on a refreshing, zesty kind of bitterness side.
Yeah.
And yeah, started as a homebrew, and whatever I made, my friends were continuously requesting, can you brew back this beer again and again and again? So of course, friends started, you should open a brewery. So yeah, we actually did open a brewery.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And you're one of the first, or within the first 5 breweries to open in the whole of Croatia, which
yes.
I want to congratulate you on that. Well done.
Cheers on that.
Well done.
Yeah, it's hard to say were we like fourth.
Ooh, that's different from the last time I tried it.
Yeah, your
wow, stone the crows.
Your one traveled quite a bit and was stirred quite well before it came to you. But as any craft beer, it's unpasteurized, it's unfiltered, no additives, no chemicals inside. So it has to be kept cold and drink local. It's whatever you tried here was good because it's local. The breweries are nearby. From the tank to the fridge, that's the way how the beer should be drank.
It's wonderful. Again, we're sat out in, it's got to be 25 degrees.
Yeah,
we haven't looked. It's 25 degrees, it's boiling hot. Oh yeah, we got a lovely pale ale. It's very drinkable, good carbonation. The hops are shining through on this one. It really is.
The beer is made to be drank in a relaxed setting, no stress. Preferably if it's a bit warmer, but the summer night, close to the sea, quite romantic. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
And one of the things that people always are asking, like, why Barba? What's the Barba? What's behind the name?
I've wondered that.
Yeah, it's very, very local slang for something similar. If you want to say, "Sir, what's the time?" So in Split you would say Barba. It's an older person that you're showing respect.
Okay.
So that's one of the meaning. Also, it's ship's captain. And my co-founder and one half owner of the brewery is my Barba. He's a ship's captain. And as well, now the third angle of the same is uncle. Something similar to the uncle, we call them as well Barba. So it's a lot of Barbas around the brewery.
I see. Yeah, of course.
And then and of course Italian and Portuguese, Spanish for beard. It's Barba, Barbarossa, red beard.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so that's where we are.
That's cool. Really cool name. Yeah, for me this is absolutely terrific. It's juicy, it's drinkable, it's refreshing. You're drinking the same beer as me. I'm not sitting here to humour you. I'm not sitting here to rub your back and say what a fantastic beer. It is genuinely a fantastic beer. It is really good.
I'm glad you think so. And what keeps me pushing on, and I think every brewer in the world is having people passionate about the beer, coming, trying your beer, and saying you're doing things right. And sometimes it's a struggle, especially in place like this where the craft scene is just I wouldn't say booming because we haven't started yet.
So if I can just explain from the start, as I mentioned, Sinisa was one of the first, the Barba Brewery Lab Split was one of the first breweries within the top 5 in Croatia and that's the whole of Croatia. So in Split you only have one brewery and that's yourselves.
And then now this year 2 more open.
Two more open. So we're at the very beginning of the craft beer boom in Croatia.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It will happen. I'm very confident of that because I've been to places like Poland, what I called it at the start. Pardon me. I've been to other countries where it's been the start of the craft beer revolution. Even Germany. Germany is a harder market for craft beer than here in Croatia because they've already got an established craft beer, or not quite craft beer, but well, you can call it craft. It's decent beer. Your Hefeweizens, your Dunkels, you have an established market. So for the craft beer market to break into Germany is quite difficult. At least where you are here, you've got your mainstream lagers, which is fine. It's 35 degrees. I'm not going to complain about that. Or you've got a lovely, juicy pale ale like we have today. And that's what you're trying to do, and that's what you're trying to get to.
And what we actually tried when we just started with the beer, we tried to make it sort of very, very, like as a first step into craft beer. So if you go and say, if you never heard about pale ale or hoppy beers or whatever, and I'm being attacked here by
I can see there's just the one down there. Look, that got you.
It's going to be personal. So if you're thinking about a market that only knew about Czech lagers, pilsners, and so on, and everything else was deemed expensive and extreme, and the market where we are the land of olive oil and wine, so it's a bit hard to push suddenly beer, especially when the beer was perceived to be a German or Czech lager. And then we came in with Barba, and the idea was to make a beer that's not over the top hoppy, even though maybe it would be a right decision to go extreme immediately. We wanted to sort of educate as much as possible people and give them this Barba, tease them, and then release IPAs, triple IPAs. We just released
crazy,
we just released a quadruple IPA 2 weeks ago. It was sold out in 15 minutes.
Wow.
So now we're getting there where we have people excited about the brewery, and we are kind of the brewery, like if you're a home brewer, you need malts. Come over, you can buy them in the same price we buy them. You need yeast. We have plenty of yeast. We dump the yeast. So just come over, take yeast from us. Whatever, just get the community together and get brewers. Whoever opens a brewery comes, calls, asks for advice. If I made a mistake, doesn't mean somebody else needs to go through the same things. And it's fun to be first. But it took us more than 1.5 years of reading the laws, going around the government offices and whatever. And now, if you want to open a brewery, you're going to open it in maybe 3 or 4 months. So we did a heavy lifting, let's say, in the beginning, and now we have a booming surrounding.
We have absolutely booming little craft brewery there. And tomorrow, well, what's the plan tonight first?
Tonight, I think you traveled for 12 hours or whatever to get here. Haven't slept for 36 hours.
I've gone 36 hours without any sleep. But that's the joy of craft beer. I love it.
So I think we go now to the small place called Mandril. You can pronounce it like a mandrill. Or mandrill, which is like a ape. And local name for an ape. We are called by a good friend over there to have a pizza and taste some of his beer. And then I guess we do some rest, and in the evening we go and have some more beers.
Some more beer, and then tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning is a brew day. We are brewing a big, oily, sticky stout.
Collaboration craft beer. between myself, Real Ale Craft Beer, Barba,
Yes.
Lab Split. Really looking forward to it. We've discussed the ingredients over the last few weeks. We know what we want to do. As you mentioned, a big oily stout.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of something new, dextrine malt from Simpsons, which I'm excited to try.
Yeah.
There's going to be a roasted malt, coffee malt, T50 crystal malt that's very unique and we love it.
Yeah.
All of it from Simpsons, and of course Simpsons Pale Ale. So it's going to be 100% UK malts for this brew and Nottingham yeast, just to give a bit of a fruitiness or dry fruit at the end, and shoot a bit of lactose. Of course, you cannot go oily without lactose. So
amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And then I hope before Christmas we can release it here, and maybe I can drop a visit to you.
That would be amazing.
In Bristol,
yeah.
Or
in Cardiff, and
Cardiff,
that would be terrific. Absolutely terrific. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to great times. Historic city, 1,700 years old. But there was something here before that, was there? Or
there's some wooden construction planks or whatever was found that about when they did this chromograph for carbon analysis, it was 10,000 years old.
10,000 years old.
There was obviously something in Europe. Always there was some movements here, but
Yeah.
The first city that was built and the records we have was Spalato.
Spalato.
Yes.
Amazing. Thanks very much for your time. Great interview. Enjoyed that. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows.
I did stone the crows. There's an event and there's actually a video of me stoning the crows.
Yes, yes, yes. For tomorrow night, there's an event tomorrow night. It'll be done by the time I post this video, though. But we got an event tomorrow night, meeting the local craft beer community, brewers, and we're going to launch our beer, or well, celebrate the brewing of our beer at least.
Yes.
Cheers,
Once again.
everybody. Stone the Crows.